What is up, YouTube? I am back on the mats. I got 3 rolls for you today. All of them are no-gi, so I'm gonna get right into it. So right there, looks like he kind of went in head first. Got caught with like one arm in, one arm out, and I locked up the triangle. So here we reset, and I think he's gonna kind of try and gather both of my legs, like kind of bear hug my legs. I wasn't too worried at this point because I was kind of waiting so that I can get that Kimura grip. You see my hand controlling his right wrist. I wanted to get the Kimura grip and kind of play that Kimura game. And he kind of just pulled out of that, and I wasn't able to get anything off. So I got the knee shield in, so I don't want him to get too close to me. He was kind of strong, so I didn't want him to get up too close to me, you know. I didn't want to let him settle into like side control or anything like that. So right here, he caught me off guard, and he kind of threw my legs to the side, and I slowed it down because once people try to like pass my guard and I'm kind of behind the 8 ball, I just roll and I try to leave my legs as wide as possible to kind of catch them in my guard, so I can kind of reset. So all right, so right there, it was kind of that pull push concept. You know, you pull the person's arm and their reaction is to pull back, and I went along with him pulling back and shoved that arm through for the triangle there. So we reset again. I think right now I'm focusing on trying to get up underneath him. I wanted to get my butterfly hooks in and kind of start working some butterfly sweeps. But he had good balance. See, he's kind of heavy on the hips there. So I was trying to sweep him to my right. I didn't quite get the sweep, but he posted out right there with his left hand. And, you know, once I saw him post out, that gave me the space to kind of get my right leg in there and start setting up that triangle again. So here, kind of getting the angle, and I want to reach through and hook that leg and get the triangle there. So again, we reset. And let me see here. I think this is a little sequence where I kind of created a scramble. I like to create scrambles a lot. If you've watched a lot of my other videos, I always end up in some kind of scramble. So again, he threw my legs to the side, so I went ahead and kind of inverted, and I went right to a knee bar right there. His leg kind of just fell right between mine, and I hooked it and just arched my hips up. Kind of treated it like an arm bar, but, you know, with the knee. So again, we reset here. And let's see what happens. So I'm kind of just seeing what he's going to kind of go for. And again, I didn't want him to get too close to me, so I'm just kind of stiff arming right there. And I think I'm going for that Kimura on his left arm. Yeah, I got it right there. I thought about just kind of just ripping that arm out, but as soon as that kind of crossed my mind, I felt them kind of grab on my left leg. So I'm thinking omoplata. I was just waiting for the right time to spin through. So I rolled through, and he countered that by rolling. And as soon as I feel somebody roll, I do kind of like a back step and start looking for the triangle. And you can see him hooking my thigh with his right leg, so that side of his neck isn't like getting cut off right now. So I switched right there. I switched my triangle and finished the triangle there. You see me take a deep breath. I was gassed. So again, we reset here. I'll take another deep breath. And let's see. I think he's gonna try and pass to my right. Actually, he's gonna try to pass to my right, and I just wanted to keep him in front of me. Just try to keep him in front of me. I was quick and kind of caught me off guard. Switch right to the north-south choke. I didn't want to be flat on my back, so I kind of turned to the side and was trying to fight his hands. I didn't want him to get his hands connected and start working that north-south choke. And I think the time was going to run out here in a second. So yeah, so that roll ended like that. So The second roll here, again, I just want to keep him in front of me. I don't want him to get too, because he was bigger, so I didn't want him to get too set in on, like, you know, I'm sorry, not half guard, but like a side control or a mount or anything like that. I didn't want that weight on me, basically. So I'm trying to keep my half guard right there. I dig for another Kimura, and I couldn't quite get the angle, so I switched my feet. Right now my left leg was over his leg, so I switched it so that I can kind of turn a little bit more, so that I can get that shoulder lock a little bit better. So we reset again. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I'm not really sure of the 3 people I rolled with. I don't know the belt levels, so I don't want to guess and, you know, anything like that. So I dug for underhook. He countered it with a overhook, and I'm thinking he was going for like some sort of like a Doris or a Anaconda. So I recognized it, and I got a kind of like a 2-on-1 on his other wrist right there. So it looks like he bailed out on that, and so did I. And I found myself in like a scarf hold, I guess. So yeah, so right here I found myself in a scarf hold, and I get stuck in that position a lot, but I've been trying to work escapes. So what I did was I got my hips close to him. I pushed straight up and then back. And I don't know if that's considered a sweep or just a reversal or what, but I found myself back on top here and kind of just having fun. You see me laughing a little bit, and I think in a second he's going to ask me, like, you know, what was I going for? What kind of submission was I going for? Yeah, right here I'm like, so I'm like, you know, I was thinking about a head and arm choke, but we kind of get back into the roll here, and I think I'm going to end up in a mount maybe. So yeah, I feel that left arm of his kind of flailing around. I wanted to get it trapped. So I pushed that, trapped that, and I'm thinking mounted triangle. Kind of rolled through to the mounted triangle. So here, that's like a different defense. I've never seen that before, but I kind of recognize it as an opportunity to get that Kimura grip on it. I don't remember if he tapped or not, but we kind of ran out of the frame right there and came back in and reset. So here, oh, that's a little dangerous. I had my left arm across my own throat right there. So he got good pressure right there, cross facing me with that left shoulder. I can't really turn into him at all. So you see me try to dig. I wanted to kind of come out the back door, but I couldn't get my head out. Couldn't get my head out right there because, you know, again, he's got good cross face pressure on me. And he kind of cut me a break there by switching his hips. Allowed me to squirm out and get that knee in my. I got my left knee back in, and I was able to recover back to half guard here. So let me see, what am I thinking here? Just defending. I don't want him to get to the mount, but I think he did. He kind of pushed he pushed my legs down and went to the mount. Like he's threatening like a shoulder lock there. Changed his mind. He cut me another break right there by getting out of the mount. Back to that scarf hold. Again, I just went straight up and then back. Found myself in kind of like, I guess, side control. And let's see here. I think I was attempting to go back to a mount right there and got caught in his half guard. So he closes me up back in the so we got a little cameo right there. Here we go. So back to the roll. Where we leave off at? So yeah, I found myself. I'm pretty safe right here. My body is on the opposite side of the headlock, so he didn't let go. I kind of recognized the position and went for the Von Flu. So my right shoulder is just driving into his neck on the left hand side, and the time ran out. So right here, I noticed him that he was trying to get that knee in the middle. So that's just something that I just kind of picked up on, that I didn't want him get that advantage of having that knee right up the middle, because he would do exactly what he did, kind of a knee slice or knee cut pass here in a second. And we never met, we never rolled before. Again, I don't know what his belt level was. We kind of just open mat. So it's the first time we're rolling with each other. So again, I'm just trying to keep him in front of me, frame here, and from that half guard position, if you haven't noticed, I feel like I said the word Kimura about 15 times, but I want to start going for that Kimura on his right arm, at least get the grip to start playing, kind of my game, I guess. And he wasn't having it, so as soon as I went for it, he just hipped up right into me, and he didn't allow that. So I'm like, okay, so let's go to kind of a plan B. So let's try to work some butterfly stuff, some butterfly hooks. So right here, he did a nice little, I guess, sequence. So he went to a X pass, kind of like an X pass right there, and he already had my neck gripped, and boom, he went right to a guillotine. And at that moment, like I know, like, all right, I'm in trouble right now. I don't want him to get his hands connected, and you see him fighting to get his hands connected right there. So I rolled through and got a little trip there. I think I'm going to slow it down here again a little bit. So right there, I felt him dig for the underhook. So I countered it by going for an overhook. And you can see, right, I don't have anything to post on. Like, my right leg is kind of trapped, and he just leaned to that side. Not, again, I didn't have anything to post on. So he got a little, reversal or sweep. I don't know if that would count as a reversal or a sweep or whatever in a competition. But again, it's open mat. So we got a little close to a couple other people and reset here. And I'm going to slow it down again here, because what I was trying to do was frame on his hip and kind of get that shrimp going. But as soon as I did that, he went to this like modified mount, I'll call it. So I didn't have anything to push on. His hip wasn't there anymore. Like what I'm doing right here, I'm kind of framing on his hip. I think I'm going to shrimp out on this one. But again, that time before where I just slowed it down, he went to that modified mount, and I didn't have anything to push on to. So right there, I actually had a hip to push on. So we reset here. And I think I'm going to try and get underneath him. Yeah, and I don't know what that was about right there, but he just pushed my knees right through. And right here, you have a roll, and as soon as you make a mistake, you immediately know, like, damn, you see my face? I knew I messed up when I put myself in the mounted triangle right there, but I realized it after the fact. And that was the beginning of the end, pretty much. You see me trying to dig my left hand back through so that I have both of my arms out, but it was too late. He cranked that arm out. So right now I'm focusing on the triangle, defending the triangle. So right now both of my knees are on the ground, and I'm kind of trying to push through the triangle. And he switched it right to the arm bar. Switched it right to the arm bar there. So I know I didn't want to just roll over and be flat on my back. So I figured like maybe I'd step over and kind of get a better angle, but it was too late. He had a good angle on it right there, and I tapped. So we reset again, and let's see. I think I went for like I guess you can call it a guillotine attempt. So he's on the single leg. I recognized it, and I kind of fell back for like I was thinking crucifix kinda. So he like basically unraveled that Kimura grip that I had. He just unraveled it. And I think we're going to end up in his guard in a second. Yeah, he's going to like pull me into the guard and work a little bit from his guard. So yeah, so right here, I broke down, well, I kind of slowed this down a couple times too, because something that I picked up on, something that me personally that I definitely forget to do when I'm in guard and I'm throwing up a arm bar, usually, because I feel my left arm is in trouble here. But what he did, usually when I feel that left arm in trouble, I can block his leg from coming over with my head. But if you notice, he stopped my head with his right hand. And luckily I was able to kind of start stack passing right there. And the time ran out. So again, I appreciate everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe.